Okay, so now we will see one more example on this Microsoft flow. We will see how we can do its two level of approval. So this is the flow of that particular example. So user will, there is a product list and user will submit a product. So first it will go for supervisor approval. You can see here, if supervisor rejected, then the status will be changed to rejected. If supervisor approved it, then it will once it is approved, then it will check the status, check the price. If the price is more than 20,000, then it will basically the condition it is checking, and if it is no, then the update status will be approved. But by any chance, if the status is if the price is greater than that, then there will be another level of approval which is required. It is the approval from the director, and then finally if director will approve, then the status will be approved, and if it is rejected, then the approval will be the item will be rejected. So basically we are taking two approvals. One approval will for sure for every item or every product that will run, which is the supervisor approval. The other director approval will only run if the product price is greater than 20,000 or some price. So now let me just show you the list. So this is the list, actually product request list. I have a title column. Let's say this is the product title, and then there is a price column, supervisor column, director column, and there is a product status. This is actually a choice column which is having three values. The choices are like initiated, and then you can see here then it is approved and rejected. So now let's create our flow. So for this, what I'll do is I'll go to flow.microsoft.com. You can see here. Now I will go to this my flows. You can go to the my flows. From here you can create. So you can see here there is a new. These options are actually little new. Whatever I have done last time, it was a little different. And you can see here automated from blank. So we are creating a blank flow here. Now I will give the name as product approval flow, something like this. I'll just keep a name for the flow. You can see here this is the name, and the trigger point when it will actually trigger. So if you'll see here, then when a item is created, so we will go for SharePoint 1, and you can see here in SharePoint it is saying when an item is created. And if you want also you can run it when an item is created or modified. That kind of things are also there, but let me just choose when an item is created. So click on select that and then click on create. So now what will happen is a blank flow will be getting created, and here we need to provide the site URL. So I will just choose my SharePoint site URL. This is the site SharePoint Sky site, and we have the product list here. So let me just show you. This is the product request list over here. Now once you add this one, so first step is done. So if you look at our example or the flow, what it will do is now it will create a task for the supervisor. Now I will add a next step. You can see here, so click on that next step. Now there will be a approval will be there. So you can go for SharePoint, and or you can have an approval over here. Just search on the name of approval, and you will be able to see here start and wait for an approval. So this you can take the version 2, or you can take this one also, stop and wait for an approval. So now what we will do is we will take this one, start and wait for an approval. So choose this, and if you'll see here, just put it here. Based on your requirement, you can take this. So approve and reject, everyone must approve, or if you want to take the first approval. Anyway, we have only one person will be the approver, so I'll choose everyone must approve on this. And now the title for this one, so I will say please approve the product, and you will see here we'll put the product title here. So how we can get it, you can see here there is the title column. So I'll search on title, this will be the title, and then the email ID, so whom we are going to assign. So first time it will be assigned to the supervisor, you can see here, and then you can put the item link. So it will be the you can see here, it will go down, there will be a link to this item. Let me just search over there, link, you can see here link to item, and you can also add the details over here. So this one, and the item description link, so you can also add the description, so you can add that. So link description also you can leave it blank, and but you can add wherever you want on this. And in the details also you can show the price or title, product title, things like that. You will be able to also show it. Now next what we will do is we will add the condition. Now the task will be created, so user will, or your assigned person will go and approve or reject that. So we will have to take the response. So click on next step, and here click on this control, and then add condition. So if you see here, now we have added to condition on that. If you look at our flow, first thing is if it is rejected, then we will say the status is rejected. So for this I will, first of all we need the response. So you can see here the overall response to this request. So you can choose this, and if it is equal to approve, so you can see here if it is equal to approve, then you can in the yes condition you can add it here, and in the no condition what we are doing is we will simply change the status to rejected. So I will say update item will be there. So you can see here update item in SharePoint, you can see here this is the update item. So click on that, and we will be able to update the item. So choose the particular site URL, and then the list. So our list is the product list. So you can see here this is the product request list. The ID will be the item ID. You can see here there is the item ID. The title we will put the item title. So I will search on title. You can see here the item title I'll add, and the other product status value will be, let's say, rejected. So you can see here on the no condition we are simply rejecting it. Now if it is approved, the yes condition, next thing is what we are doing is we are checking whether the price of this item is greater than a particular price. Then what we will do is I will add here one condition. So you can see here I will add the control and the condition. So in this condition what we are going to check is there will be the item price, or there will be the price column. So if you'll see here there is the price column. So if the price is greater than let's say I will add 2000, then what you will do is it will if the price is greater than, if it is yes, then we are going to create a task for the director. But if it is no, then we can just update the item to it is approved. So I'll go to this I'll search for this update item. You can see here this is the update item, and same way whatever we updated they are rejected. Here we will add it as approved. So I'll go here, I will say on the product list, let me just choose the product list, product request, and then the ID will be the ID field, the title will be on the title field. You can see here I'll add the title, and the price you can keep the price field that also, and the product status value is approved. So here also if you want you can send the email, send an email to the particular person who is responsible for this item, or who is submitting this item. So after that you can also send an email. So I'll write send email. So you can see here there is a send an email action is there. Just choose this, and you can say to whom you are going to send the email. So I will say created by email, and subject we will say product request approved, something like that we will add. And the body, let's say we will add the link to the item. Let's say just go through the item and they'll be able to see it. So this is, we saw how we can send an email in case of update, and also here we can add the same send email in the rejected condition also, where we just updated the item to rejected. But here what we can do is we can send the email to the created by person, and we'll say the subject is product request or product is rejected by supervisor. And we can also update the item. So body at the same time, as I said, we can put the link. So next what we can do is we can let's see here, now we send the email. So these two conditions has been done. Now next what we will do is we will add the second condition. You can see here here if it is price is greater than 2000. And now we have to create one task for the director, right? So we will add here, click on add an action, and here we will say you can see approval will be there. So just search for approval, and we will use the same approval task. So start and wait for an approval, and on this the approval type will be same. We will say everyone must have been approved that. And the title, so we will put the title review the product having price. You can have the price actually, so you can put you can have this price column, so that we will say this price is this much. So you have to review this product, and whom we are going to send the email, we are going to send the director. So director image is there. So in the details you can have the item detail. So I will add a link to that. Probably we can add a link. Let me just see here. Ideally you can add a just close it. We will use the link to item is there, so you can see here. And similarly item link also we will put the same one. Now if you see here the task got created for that user. Now we will use the same condition to check the response. So if the response is approved, then we can change the status to approve. At the same time we will also send an email to the user saying that your product has been approved by the director. So you can see here I'll add a condition. So go to that control, then there is condition is there. So in this condition what we will do is we will say the response. Let me just see the response here. You can see the first one will take the overall response. If is equal to approve, what we are going to do here is we are going to update the status to approved, and then we can also send the email if we want. So update item is there, so where you can use this is the SharePoint update item, and we will choose the site URL, list URL, and then I'll put the list. So the list is product request, the ID will be the unique ID, the title will be the title, so I'll put the title here, and then the price we can put the price as well. So this way we need to update the product status that it is approved. Now you can see here the response is approved, so we are doing that. And we'll also send an email. So I will say send an email, and here we are going to send the email to the created by person, and we will say product approved by director. And here they can see by just visiting the link to the item. And see here, now in the no condition, if the product is not approved, then we'll update the item saying that the product is rejected now. So you can see here update item will be there. So same whatever we are using till now. SharePoint Sky, I will choose the list name, which will be our product list, and the ID will be the current item ID, the title will be the title, and then we will add the price. The price will be the price column, and you can see here the item is rejected here. And finally we will send an email again to the created by person. So send an email. You can see here this is the email that we can use, send an email. And here I will say to the created by person, I will say subject, so item or your product rejected by director. You can have the product name also here. Now the body, we can use the link item so that user can go and see over there. Now our workflow is done now. So we created the first time we created a task for the supervisor, and if the supervisor approved it, then we are checking the price. If the price is greater than that, then we are creating another approval, which will be the approval will be from the director, and if the director approved, then the item will be approved, and if it is the director rejected, then the item will be rejected. At the same time, the first one also, if the supervisor rejected, the item will go to the rejected condition, and every time we are also sending a notification to the user saying that your status of your product. Now click on save. You can see here item is saved now. Go back here, and now I'll go to my product list. So this is my product list. So what I will do is we'll check the condition here. So the first one, let's say I will create one item and we will have the price or something. Let's say I will say this one. So I will say laptop, or I will say smartphone, and in this the price is, let's say, 1000, and then supervisor, I'll put both the names here, both my names here, and the director also let be my name, and the product option, let's say it is initiated. Click on save. Now once you click on save, the workflow will trigger, so it will create a task for me on this user. So let me check my email also. Now we should be able to see the email will come, which will be having the task link. You can see here, please approve for the product. This is for smartphone, and here I'll go, I will say rejected. So let's say it is rejected. I'll click on submit. So once it is rejected, ideally what will happen is the product status will change to rejected. So if I'll refresh this page, now you'll see here the product status is rejected now. And did I receive an email? Yes, I received an email saying that the product is rejected. So you can have a well formatted email with body and things like that. Now let me go here, and what we'll do is we will create one more item here. So I will say new item. I will say this time it is a TV, and the price will be, let's say it will be 15,000. And what I'll do here is let's not be 15,000, let it be 1,000. And supervisor, again I'll put both the names here. Product status is initiated. Now click on save. So now if you'll see here, the second one when it got started, so I will receive an email for approving or reject this item. You can see here for TV, now it came. This time I will go and approve. So you can see here submit. Now once it is submit, once it is approved, let me go back here. Now you can see here the product status will change to approved now. You can see here it is approved now. and I also receive an email saying your product is approved now, because the price is not greater than that. Now let's see the other scenario. Now suppose I will say a laptop and the price is, now let us say it is 5,000. I'll put the supervisor here. Let's see here, the product status is initiated. Click on save it. So now what it will do is it will first create a task on the name of the supervisor. So if the supervisor will approve, then now since the price is greater than 2000, it will go to a director level approval. Now if you go here, this is the product, this is for the laptop. You can see here, I will go here and I will say approve. Click on submit. So now the product is approved. Now once it is approved, I will replace this item. It will not, the product status will not change to approved, because you can see here it is still on initiator stage. And why did it approve? Because now what happened is, now there is a director level approval comes up. You can see here, review the product price, it is 50,000, so which is greater than that. Now if I'll say here it is approved, then click on submit. Now the item will be approved, and I will also get an email saying the product has been approved by the director. So you can see here, now the product status is approved. If I'll check my email, I should have been got one email saying product approved by director. So you can have an email also. So this is how we saw how we can use it, say two level of approval stuff, and we saw how we can send update item in the list, particular list, and then we saw also how we can trigger emails. So these are the things that we saw in this particular approval workflow. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and now you should you must have been get an idea now to how to work with Microsoft Flow. We'll add a couple of more examples also in the examples section, but you can start working with Microsoft Flow now.